What is up, everybody? Yes, I unmuted myself. I hope you can hear me. It's not like it's my first one or anything. Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Next Show Will Be Better. It is the Hickson Diaries live stream podcast where we have an open chat about my life as an American living here in the UK, culture shocks, the pluses and minuses, whatever's happening in the world, and everything in between, whatever you guys want to talk about, basically. Thank you so much for taking time out to join me tonight. Just double checking. Sound. Yay. We're going to have a good show tonight. We're going to talk about some of the favorite moments as indicated by the community. The Hickson Diaries has been here for 3 years. So we're going to check in on that and see who everybody's favorite moments over the past few years. If you didn't get a chance to respond to the community post, just stick it in the chat right now as we go, and we'll read them out as we go along. We're also going to do a reaction video later to Jay Swanson about losing your identity, living abroad. I know it's kind of a downer of a topic, but I have to admit I've been in a little bit of a funky mood the past few days, basically contemplating and worrying about my, I'm in a flux period, so I'm just kind of dealing with that. So I'm really interested to hear what he has to say. And of course, your chats, questions, comments, super chats, anything that you guys want to talk about as well in the chat, please put it in there. Let's get the conversation going. If you don't mind, though, before we start, if I ask if you could please like the stream, it helps us out a lot more than you realize. And also, if you could share it on any of your socials, etc., just to let people know we're live. There have been some issues with people getting notifications and stuff. So anything we can do to help grow our conversation, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, let's get this started. Let us see who's here, because you guys know the show only gets better when you guys are here. I know that Manny is here, got the gold star for being the first one here. Woohoo! I don't have any sound effects. Actually, I do have sound effects. Let's see if I have any good sound effects. Let's see. Congratulations, Manny. We are so glad. Let's see if I remember to do that moving forward. Richard is here. Thank you so much for being here, Richard, as well. You're doing the happy joy song. Why is that? Is that because it's Tuesday and the best night of the week? I'm gonna just take it that it is. That's what we do here. Hello, Diane. Thank you for being here. Hope all is well. Let's see. Roy Cousins is here. Glad to have you as well. Thank you for being here. I did remember to unmute myself. Everyone was making fun of me in the pre-chat. If you guys are interested in joining us live, I always chat. If anyone is here before, like five or 10 minutes or so before we actually go live, I always pop onto the chat and say hello. And we have a little bit of banter back and forth. If you guys want to join in, definitely tune in before 8 o'clock. We are here every Tuesday at 8 o'clock UK time. 8 o'clock in the evening UK time, or what is that? 20 hours, 200 hours. I'm doing it in US military time, so bear with me. But they're making fun of me today because I had no sound for the beginning of my last 2 streams because I've clearly am not good at this. Okay. How have you been, Mandy? I've been okay. It's been a rough one. I'm having a little bit of a hard time. We can go into that a little bit later on in the show, if we have time. But thank you for asking. How are you doing, Manny? Yeah, the temperature has dropped, guys. I am like annoyed fully. Yesterday, I went out for my walk and I just had like a sweatshirt on, or jumper, as you guys like to call it. And today I went out and I went into like with just a t-shirt and a jumper on, and I was cold and I was really annoyed. I thought that spring was here. The flowers are in bloom. The sun is shining. The days are longer. What the heck? Anyways. Okay. So it says we have a lot more people here than are putting in the chat, but Manny says, I wish I could live in a hot, sticky, humid climate year round. That would be lovely. Oh my God. You know, this wasn't exactly what I signed up for when I said island living, but I suppose he came through on his promise, so I can't hold him accountable by him being a British partner. But I am going to blame him because I'm trying to assimilate into Britain. Oh, good. Clear as a bell. Finally got the sound worked out. Now I just need to work out the lighting so I don't look so orange. I see myself in the playback. I look like I have sunburn. It's these stupid lights. Hello, F11. How are you? Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Go to Queensland in Australia? Yeah, I could imagine that's probably what it's like. Hello, Marja. How are you? You had a lovely day? I'm glad that you had a lovely day. Falco, right? Oh, jeez. I forgot last time that it was actually Falco. He's his little dino boy. We used AKA, formerly known as Falco. Let me know if what you want me to call you, though. I mean, in all fairness, I can call you Dino, Little, Falco, whatever. I can call you something else if you want. I can make something up if you want. So, your call. Manny says, I was on early because I was watching the snooker on BBC4, and then I thought I'd call in a chat. Yeah, I know. I haven't seen any of the snooker. I've been kind of just blah. I should watch it. That would probably make me feel better because I do enjoy it. Oh, 30 degrees Celsius and 100% humidity. I don't know about the humidity because I've done the what is it? Yeah, it's 90-degree weather and 100% humidity, and that is quite oppressive. But I don't mind the weather here. I honestly, like, it's a struggle for me. The winters are a struggle for me because I'm just used to sunnier days. So that is like I got to worry about the sad and all that. But overall, I don't mind the weather here, but I do miss like the hot summer, like having hot summer days on a more regular basis. I do miss that a lot from America. But I get a lot more living here, so I'll take it, I guess. Marcia says, my courgettes are growing fast. Which one is the courgette? It's zucchini, right? I don't know why I always confuse courgette and aubergine, but I think aubergine is the purple one, which is the eggplant, right? And courgette is the green one, which is the zucchini. I don't know why I always confuse them. I think that's the first time I saw them here, that they were like side by side in the supermarket. Anyway, Jay Haygarth is here. How are you? With a question. What do you do? Right now, I'm freelancing as a personal assistant. But so I'm basically a virtual assistant. But I've done like customer service and planning and forecasting and supply chain. That's basically what I did when I worked in an office. But now I freelance, which isn't as much fun as you would think. No, it is a lot of fun, actually. I would like it much better than going in the office, but it's a lot harder because you got to look for work like all the time. Anyways, Falco. So it's cool if we call you Falco. All right. Cool. I didn't know. Manny asks, have you got any updates as to when your new lighting system will arrive? Well, I'm still waiting for my paycheck. So when my paycheck comes and my bills get paid, then I will be able to invest in lighting. I didn't have it budgeted for this past month. So I couldn't, all that money's been allocated. So I can't dip into it. It's not an emergency. I can't dip into it. We are strict on our budget here. So hopefully, the bills, once the bills are paid at the end of the week, it's supposed to be this week. So YouTube is weird, and freelancing comes and goes, right? So you have to be really careful. So YouTube is weird It's not a ton of money or anything, but it gets like they give you like a window of a week that you get paid in. So I'm like, I can use YouTube money probably, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it, today or Friday. Hopefully by next week, though. Hopefully by next week. Well, I think I might have to order it, so it might even be 2 weeks, but hopefully soon. Complaining about the cold and sitting here in a t-shirt. Hi, Mick. Nice to have you here. Thank you for being here. I know I actually was chilly, and then I turned the radiator on in the office because I'm usually cold in here, and I start sniffling and whatnot. And I got like like with my sweater on, I got an overwhelming like I just got a hot flash. So I was like, oh, that's not gonna work. So I turned the radiator down a little bit and took my sweater off. I'm sure I'll put it back on in like 5 minutes. Oh, hi TJ, how are you? I watched your most recent video today where you were driving through Liverpool. It's kind of fun. I like the driving videos. I'd like to do that. We do that all the time, my partner, because I'm practicing driving, right? And my partner drives. Sometimes we just drive around. We did that in America as well. We just try to get lost. It's like free fun. Turn the radio on, sing, and just see what we can find. I hope you're doing well, though, TJ. It's good to have you back. Ewan Vinette is here and says, the UK is a country that has 2 totally different legal systems, one for England and Wales, and the other is for Scotland. Yeah, I've heard Scotland's got a few different things that are separate. Scotland has tried to secede as well, like, and to be its own country for a while. I remember they had a vote on it either right when we moved here or right before we moved here. But they obviously they weren't successful. Is that something? Are you from Scotland, Ewan? I'm gathering from your comment. Is that something that you support? I'm curious as to why. I don't know much about the specifics. I know there's an issue. I was told there's an issue with like your the economy, that there might be an issue with your economy not being tied to the UK, but I don't know if that's true or not, obviously. So Richard said, I got my summer outfit from Lidl. You only have one summer outfit. I was realizing the other day I was going to wear a dress. I was realizing almost all my dresses are summer dresses. I can't wear them because it's never hot. Anyways, Marcia says, if YouTube don't pay on time, can you charge them interest? No, I think that's why they do they give you like a window of like 5 days. And it's direct deposited and everything, so I don't really have a lot of control over it, but I doubt it. I guess I could ask, but I doubt it. So they're never actually late. It's like within that 5-day period. So you can't say like this is the day that I'm going to get this or pay this or whatever. You have to account for it. It's going to be the last day, even though it might be the first day. It's so annoying. F11 says, I always hit the like. I can't not. The videos are really good and the lives are really nice thing too. Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice to hear. Oh, thank you. It's so good to hear when especially people who are fairly new, when that you guys are enjoying it. We have a lot of people that are subscribing, so I guess that's good. But subscribing is, you can click on it and then 5 minutes later you can unclick on it. So fingers crossed they stay. TJ says, I'm sitting here with a blank on. Do you mean a blanket? Yeah, blanket. Okay. Yeah, I know. I don't know what it was. As soon as the radiator came on, like it got insanely hot in here. So I turned it down. So it was really weird because it was chilly in here. So it's the only reason the radiator went on. I don't know. Richard says, I'm pleased to find I had more money in my account than I thought. Oh, I wish I had that problem. It's never enough. I don't know. Like we budget and we are really, really strict about our budget. In all fairness, we're pretty good about it, but something always comes up, like my lighting, right? Like something always comes up. My dad's side of the family is Scottish. Are they? Do you live in Scotland, Ewan, or are you in England or Wales or Northern Ireland or a different, completely different country outside the UK? Just curious. Richard says I got some polo shirts and shorts, all about £4 each. Oh, good old little. I'm off work for 3 days. Living room being plastered. Now, when you say plastered, are you talking about like the finish on the wall? Or are you talking about you just sitting in your living room getting plastered for 3 days? Either one sounds like it'd be fine. Although I think that the latter might be more fun. Oh boy. Okay. Let's hello, Imogen. So glad to have you here. Mind if I drop in through the tradesman entrance? No, there is no back door to the Hickson Diaries. Sorry. I live in Cromer, Norfolk. I'm looking at my map. Why can't I find Norfolk? It's it's near the Norfolk's near the beach, right? Although that's saying a lot because it's an island. How come I can't find it? How come I can't find it? Where is it? I know Norfolk. I feel like I've even been there. Help me out, you guys. You guys aren't going to help me out. You're just going to keep letting me look like an idiot, huh? Oh, I'm going to have to look it up. This is why I have this, is to see if I could try and find it so I can get to know the areas. So I have the map so I can get to know the areas better. But it clearly it's not working. What does it say on the t-shirt behind me? That's okay. You can ask me anything. I don't mind, Marja. I'll let you know if it's too far. Top of the coastline. Oh, got you. I got you now. Yay. The t-shirt behind, I don't have a t-shirt behind me. This t-shirt, it just has our logo on it. I don't know if you're asking about signs or the flag or the hat. CJ says it took the wallpaper off, ready for decorating. Half the plaster came with it. That's the thing about wallpaper, right? So I paint's so much better. It's so much easier to deal with. I like it so much better than wallpaper. So you're gonna re-wallpaper or are you just gonna paint? Norwich. Norwich is here. I know where Norwich is. Essex and Lincolnshire. Yeah. Yeah, I got you now. In the green box. This or this? The top one is just a digital download of that says it only gets better when you're here or when you're there. And this is a book about Gaza. This is just a radiator cover, but it's over here because I need something for my shit. So there you go. I think I covered it, Marja. This is the United States flag, folded up. This is what you're talking about, Marja. Um, this is my dad's flag from when my dad was a veteran in the United States Army. So when he dies, when the veterans die in the US, which I think it's the same here, but I'm not sure, they actually drape the flag over the coffin. He didn't have a coffin because he was cremated, but they draped the flag over the monument that they did his memorial at. So that's the flag from his funeral. YouTube thing, flag. I could go over everything if you want. These are all my books. Let's make sure we cover all our bases. This is my map of the UK. You can't see. This is my Hamilton poster. This is our sign. It only gets better when you're there. Hickson Diaries merch. Also our mug, a book about the genocide in Gaza. Mandy Hickson, my namesake, who's an RAF fighter pilot. Her book, which is really good, highly recommend. A book about the West End, Tim Curry's autobiography, a book about Gravesend and Northfleet because we're family from there, a book about Faulty Towers, a book about Billie Holiday. My dad's veteran mug. It's a very sensitive ecosystem here. Clearly. I'd like to get through one show without something breaking. My Australia boomerang that I got when I was in Australia. My dad's flag. Some shells we got from Sheppy. My scorpion that we got in at the Grand Canyon. We went to the Grand Canyon. You can see hand carved by a native tribe. My wild turkey rare breed canister and my Hickson Diaries hat. There's some other stuff there too, but it's not in the shot, so I'm not going to go over it. Hello, Disco. Don't ever apologize for being late. It happens. No worries. Norwich. Sounds like two separate words. Oh, no worries. It's cool. This boomerang has been with me since I was like 23, and it got from Australia to the United States and to England. It's still in one piece. I have no idea how because it got thrown around like crazy in the move. But there you go. Anyway. All right, let's check out our 3-year anniversary posts. What your favorite thing was. Favorite moments from the community over the last 3 years. And if you guys want to jump in, throw them into the chat. Hello, Kevin Wright. Thank you for being here. Glad to have you. Birdie 1585 says, I like the journey that you have been through. I remember your early days. They were hard, and I'm glad you made it through. Oh, well, thank you for that, Birdie. It's actually it's very touching because I'm having a hard time right now. I'm in a lull. I'm in a valley right now. But I appreciate your thoughts very much. Richard had to be cheeky and say the silent Mandy with all my sound issues. Thanks for that, Richard. Appreciate it. Always great to have your encouragement. Arctic Kiwi says, hey, they're looking good. I don't know if I'd say that. I don't even know if I showered that day I took that picture, but thank you. Sometimes I reveal too much to you guys. Okay. David H. says, your insights into UK life from an American point of view. Keep up the great work, young lady. Oh, first of all, thank you for the compliment. And second of all, thank you for calling me young lady. I definitely feel old lately. That means a lot. What do you call a boomerang that didn't come back? A stick. Was that what you were saying, Kevin? Oh, Richard said in very early warfare they used to throw sticks. Well, that's all they had. They were called. Well, that's how they created spears, right? They would then point the stick to use as a spear. That's like early spears. I know some stuff. Manny says, there's too many best moments to mention, but my top three are three. Wow. Top three are the 12-hour reactathon we all took part in last September to smash the target you set to raise for the RBL. That was fun. Tiring, but fun. I've been thinking about what I could do for a fundraiser this year. We're way behind. But I'm thinking about what I can do for a fundraiser this year. Because we definitely need to do something. And I keep thinking things that are really hard on myself. And I want to challenge myself, but I don't want to put myself through. Sometimes I bite off more than I can chew. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to the channel, because I don't want to let anybody down. And I want to be able to hit our target, especially when we're doing fundraising for the RBL. But I am like, everything I think of is like enormously challenging, and I need to think it through before I announce it. And then when I announce it, I'm obligated and I can't change my mind again. Anyway, number 2, your New Year's Eve live where you got a bit sausage on wild turkey. I remember that too. I just kind of left you guys because I had to use the bathroom. And I just left it. I didn't put a video on or anything. I was a little, maybe just a little. And number 3, all our fantastic Tuesday night lives where we all catch up with you. To be honest, thank you so much for sharing your life with us this way. You've built a wonderful community. Keep up the excellent work you do to keep the fantastic content flowing. You should be proud of yourself. Thank you so much, Manny. You're a gem. I appreciate it. Marjorie says, well, it's funny and open. Whatever topic you wanted to discuss seems to go out the window. Put your foot down, girl. Seriously, it is fun and breaks up the sometimes monotony of the week, which I like. Keep it up and never mind about the sound problem. It's life. Thank you, Marja. Yeah, well, you have to say my live streams are unique, if nothing else. Sometimes they're like insanely serious, right? And sometimes they're just completely ridiculous, which is kind of like me in my life. We were looking at the stars the other day. My partner and I went for a walk at night. We were looking at the stars, and he has this app on his phone that shows like the constellations that are above you and everything. And he was saying that he saw the Gemini the other day, the star sign. And I was like, oh, that's my star sign. That's like, I was born in the Gemini star sign. And he was like, yeah. I said, I have dual personality, supposedly, because they're twins. And he said, no, you have more than dual. Okay, thanks. Appreciate that, babe. Basically called me a sociopath. Thanks. That's love. Shall we put a poll out? Am I a sociopath? Shall we do a poll? Swan Victor says, that time we met up, got drunk, and broke into that bank, that was a great laugh. We must do that again sometime. Wait, what? That was you in your group, wasn't it? My memory is getting a bit fuzzy these days. Nope, wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was not me, I swear. I have never gotten drunk and stolen anything in my life. How much do we need to hit our target? Oh, I was really ambitious, put the target really high. So I lowered the target, to be honest with you. Just give me a minute. I'll pull it up on our website, hicksondiaries.com, just in case, you guys ever want to take a gander. We have a website. Let's see. Yeah, we have lots. We have 1,300 pounds to raise by the end of the year. Although I have to say, it's not undoable because we had like a big surge in the summer last year. So I mean, we make monthly donations anyway. It's not all solely like based on any of your donate, you can donate directly if you go to the website if you want to directly to the fund. We also send a pound of all of our membership fees. So if you can, become a member of the Mandyverse, that will help. And also, um, we send a portion of all of our proceeds every month as well. We put it in the bucket and all that stuff. So it's not like it's undoable, but the fundraiser just gives it that like extra push. We definitely need a push this year. So, but whatever, we'll get there. If we don't get there, we don't get there. To be fair, we've smashed our target for the last 3 years. So I am not, if we come up a little bit short, it'll be sad, but any money we can raise is always going to be helpful. So if anyone's got an extra 1,300 pounds sitting there, just let me know. Disco says Charlie Drake did a song called My Boomerang Won't Come Back. Yes, you sent it to me, and I think we've watched it on the show as well. Maybe it was the Culture Gap podcast for the members show, but I know we did watch it at one point. Margis is another drinking taste test of weird and wonderful cocktails. That is actually doable because I used to bartend, so we could do some like American cocktails mixed in with some British cocktails. And you can just see me get so messy that I break all my equipment. I'm going to leave that one up there. If anyone else has an idea, though, definitely put it out there. It's a lot of work that goes into this stuff, you guys. And also, we have to make sure that we can afford to put the money into setting it up as well. That's always part of it. So we'll see. War boomerangs don't come back. They're about 6 foot long. Yeah. 6 foot hero. Have you guys ever had a 6 foot hero? Do you know what a 6 foot hero is? Just out of curiosity. Let me know if you know what a 6 foot hero is. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, I couldn't do that. I was literally going to say I would eat the whole 6 foot hero, but that's a lot of food and I don't think I could do it. I don't even know if I could do the cocktails, but I could space the cocktails out of it. Ewan says UK and the US speak different versions of the same language. Yes, thank you. I'm sorry. I know a lot of British people push back on me on this, but it's so true. It is not the same. I mean, it's versions of the same language, yeah, but there's so many countries that speak a form of English or a dialect of English. That doesn't mean that you can fully understand everything that everyone is saying in every other country that they speak, because there's so much cultural reference. There's so much about inflection. There's so much about tone. And there's so much about social norms that goes into our communications. We don't realize it because we've grown up with it. So it seems automatic to us, but it's really, really difficult for a foreigner. Even though we speak the same language, I have such a hard time communicating with people here sometimes. And it's not that they don't understand the words that I'm saying. It's that they don't understand the meaning behind it. The comprehension is where we get lost. And I think that a lot of people don't want to admit that. I think just because you speak the same language that you shouldn't have any problems, understanding things. And it's just not that easy. Sorry, I get a lot of heat when I talk about stuff like that, or when I complain about the communication. People like jump on me about that, and it's really frustrating. Because if it just illustrates my point that you're clearly not understanding me, and it's not necessarily your fault. I'm not blaming anybody else. It's as much my fault to make sure I can clear communicator as it is anyone else, especially given what I do. But it's not, it also takes a little bit of open-mindedness and a little bit of being willing to receive and try to understand where the other person is coming from as well. I did this whole video about perspective the other day. It's going to be coming out soon, and how, like, one person's garbage is another person's treasure, and that kind of perspective. Just how like my perspective has opened a lot since I've lived here, but that's a good observation, and thank you so much for acknowledging that. I feel seen and heard, you, and thank you. Manny says the constellation for Gemini is made up of 2 constellations, Castor and Pollux, the twins. Yeah, apparently there's a few more. Richard pleads the 5th. You're a smart man. Don't get involved in the domestics. Remember that? Do you remember when I did the culture gap from the car because we were on a family outing, and I misjudged the timing, and we were having a little like spat in the car. You guys are getting uncomfortable. By the way, if you guys are members and you want to join our members only podcast, it's Fridays at 3:00 in the afternoon. Join us. We have a great time. It's only for members, though. TJ says, favorite Mandy moment. Mandy not knowing I wasn't being serious. I don't know which time that was because it's quite often, TJ. I thought you were going to say the time that you made my face go completely red, like as red as my timer, as red as this book. I think you've done that more than once as well. Oh, Manny says, don't worry, Mandy. We'll smash it again as we've got 8 months to go. We'll get there somehow. Thank you, Mandy. Manny, appreciate the ops. Thank you, Manny. Appreciate the optimism. I don't know why I got stuck on that word for a second. If you donate through YouTube, do they take a third? That's what I've heard. I do it all through my website. So if you donate to the channel, then I will allocate it to that fund. Like if you tell me that this is for the RBL, I'll make sure that money goes into the RBL fund. Or you can go to hicksondiaries.com and click on Help Our Veterans, and you can donate directly to there, and it go directly to the RBL bucket. I don't go through YouTube. I just take the YouTube proceeds that we make from AdSense and Super Chats or whatever, and then I take a portion of that and I donate it through our website, so it goes into the RBL bucket. So it's all managed by me. It doesn't really go through YouTube. It's just we use our YouTube proceeds. And we also do it before any expenses. So like if we're lucky enough to make $1,000 a month, then the portion goes right off the top from the $1,000 for the RBL, and then all the expenses get paid. So it's not like whatever profit we have left over. It's right off the top, right off the whole earnings, because the charity is more important. I know they do fundraisers through YouTube, Marja. Like you can set up a fundraiser through YouTube. That might be what people are talking about when they say take a third. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't done it through them because they don't have the RBL listed. So the drinking taste test that Marja suggested is the idea to beat still, guys. So just let me know if you have another one. Disco, thank you for the generous super chat. Have a cup of Rosie Lee. I'm assuming you mean tea. But thank you. Appreciate that. Manny says, if I win the lottery, I will donate £1 million to the RBL. Oh, would you really? Depends on how much you win, right? What if you only won £1 million? Then would you donate it all? I wouldn't want you to. I'd want you to make sure your 4 walls are all set up. Your house is set. But it is a nice gesture. Disco, thank you. Did you mean to send 2 super chats? I don't know if you did or not. Marcia says, I'm trying to learn Australian. Yeah, very much. When I was in Australia, I had a really hard time. I had a lot of people had to translate for me. Then as you drink a little bit, it gets a little bit easier. Everyone speaks drunk. That's pretty much universal. That's okay. I can get you the second donation back, Disco. No worries. Some things happen. Richard says, marry an Australian. Is that how you learned? That's how you learned how to speak Australian? Disco says the last couple of days, card machines and ATMs have been acting weird. You know, it's funny you mentioned that, Disco. I got a weird text today that my Apple Pay was compromised, right? So I went onto the laptop. I didn't do anything through the text or anything, right? I log onto my Apple ID on my laptop and nothing was wrong. So I don't know if it was like a scam or if it was like something's actually going on with Apple Pay. So I'm gonna have to try to use my Apple Pay tomorrow and see if it works or not. Falco says, I remember that time when we had you trying to pronounce British words. Yeah, that was so much fun. TJ said, yes, made you blush far too often. You did. You know, I don't know why you can make me blush, TJ. It's really funny because I'm not someone that's like prudish at all. And I love a good innuendo or inappropriate joke. But I don't know, for some reason when you do it, it just makes me really uncomfortable. I don't know why. Remember in Superman, the ATM was just dishing out cash? No. Which Superman was that in, Marcia? I don't remember that at all. Richard says, you don't have to worry if they tell you they're up for a route you are in. Up for a route? That sounds nasty. Talk about innuendo. ATMs acting real slow and card machines taking 3 attempts to go through. Ooh. I'd call my bank on that, dude. Some criminals are blowing up ATMs. Yeah. That's why I always have my dad used to do this and I used to make fun of him all the time, but he always had cash on him for these types of things, like if the ATM was acting up or, you know, didn't read the card or whatever. So he always had cash on him. He didn't really like using cards that much at all. He was from that era where cash was king, but I like Apple Pay because I have my cards connected to it and, you know, I just have to carry my phone. I don't have to carry anything else with me because I walk around a lot. It's a lot easier to just have my phone with me. But well, thank you, Disco. I appreciate the donations regardless. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Manny. I'm saying the same thing about the Apple Pay. It's so nice, but it is I think Google has it too, so it's not like it's exclusive to the iPhone or anything. But I hope it's not like Apple Pay, the actual like system. Ewan says Britain's winters are not that bad. We should get Russian winters every year. I wouldn't be able to survive, I don't think. I'm just being completely honest with you. I am not a winter person. I hate snow and ice, and I can handle the cold because I'd rather have cold with no snow and ice, but that would be rough for me. TJ says it's because I'm old. It's like your grandma making you blush. You'd be surprised some of the stuff that came out of my grandmother's mouth, TJ. And grandfather. My grandfather used to have a baseball cap that he wore religiously. It was a black baseball cap and it had orange, like fire kind of writing. And all it said was party naked. So you would be surprised. Maybe it's because I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know why. TJ always makes me blush. Some places only take cash or only take cards, so now I carry both. Fair point, Disco. Like I have noticed that Chippies, like a lot of Chippies will only take cash. And a lot of the not all, like it's getting better, but a lot of the like markets in town sometimes they'll only take cash as well. When I used to carry my wallet around with me, I would always have emergency cash on me. But I've even taught my kid, she always has emergency cash on her too, just in case the card doesn't work for some reason, or they put a hold on it, or something funky happens and you need cash. Hello, Nicola. Thank you for being here. Glad to have you. I carry my wallet, keys, and phone in separate pockets. That seems uncomfortable, dude. If I didn't have to carry my keys, I'd be golden. I hate having lots of stuff on me and I just want to have my phone and everything on my phone. My a friend I used to have who lived in Philadelphia, she had the you can use a key. She had the code lock on her door, so she only ever had to have her phone on her. Well, when she drove, obviously she would have to have her keys on her. No, actually, I don't think she had a key. I think she had the cards. She just had to have the card on her. Like it was one of those, like it automatically opens the doors and it automatically started the car and stuff. I don't think she even needed her keys because I don't remember her carrying keys like the last year or so I was there. I carry a fake wallet with a pound in it. Interesting. That's a decoy, right? Decoys, Lois, decoys. All right. Let's move along. So just I did mention this already, but just to reiterate, if you guys are interested, you want to have some reactions and get in on the Mind the Culture Gap podcast, click that join button below. Join the Mandyverse Collective. It's our membership program. We'd love to have you. All right, let's do our react. I wonder too, we might have to examine this a little bit more closely, TJ. You must remind me of somebody that makes me blush. Richard said, when I was traveling abroad, I had a fake wallet stuffed full of rubbish. That sounds like something my dad would have done. All right, let's check out. Let's check out this video. Marge, I'm going to hide your comment for a moment, but everybody, drinking taste test is the fundraiser to beat, apparently. Imogen says, dangerous are phones. Seen it where someone lost their phone on a train, tickets, Apple Pay, airline tickets, all on the phone, utter devastation. Yeah, I mean, like a lot of my work is on my phone. A lot of my work is on my phone, so I would be devastated, definitely. It would be a difficult day for me if I lost my phone. Luckily, I'm pretty good about it. I'm worse at dropping it, so I think the odds of it breaking on me while I'm out and about is probably greater than an actual losing of the phone. Okay, so this is a video from Jay Swanson. Jay is an American that now lives in Paris. And this is the strange sensation of losing your identity abroad, living abroad alone. So, for those of you who might have missed it over the last couple weeks, we hit our 3-year mark. We've been here in the country for 3 years, and the channel's been around for 3 years, which is all wonderful and great. But I'm kind of in a little bit of a valley where I'm coming to terms with some things that I've left behind. So I'm struggling a little bit. So I wanted to take a look at this video because it seemed like it might speak to me. And also, it's a new YouTuber, so curious to what they have to say.
Today is vlog day 810.
Okay, don't get mad at me because he's in France. I know that some English people have issues with people from France. He's an American that's living there, just FYI.
Good morning. For French Friday today, I thought that I would talk a little bit about it's something that I don't even know 100% how to approach myself, but it's something that I've been struggling with a little bit. And that is losing your identity to being an international, whatever it is that I am. The more time you spend living abroad and the more cultures you end up immersing yourself in, and the variety of cultures too, because I mean, things like living on the ship is just a...
Marsha, was it, you say your cousin? Yeah, your cousin. Is your cousin an expat or immigrant? Could it be your cousin?
completely weird wash of Western culture and a mixture of other cultures in as well, but it's really Western. You start to kind of lose touch with home. You start to lose touch with the culture of wherever it is you're from. For me, that would be the United States. And it's better now that the internet is so much like more pervasive and that I can get so much more information, so much more news, entertainment. I'm not completely disconnected from life at home, but even in little ways, it's pretty surprising how quickly you feel like you don't really know what's happening at home anymore. Even though I feel very, very up to date on a lot of the stuff that's going on. And I try to stay very intentionally connected to the news and to everything that's going on, especially with the elections coming up. I want to make sure that I am well informed and ready to vote, because it's really important that I do that, even if I'm overseas. All that to say, you start to lose yourself a little bit. And yeah, I just thought I'd talk about that. If you're thinking about living abroad, whether you're thinking about living in France or somewhere else, it could look and feel very different, but I think that the fundamentals are probably the same. And with that, I would like to go get some writing done.
Okay, first of all, everything he says is 100% true. No matter how much you stay connected, you still feel disconnected. I'm trying really hard to stay connected, especially given a lot of the world events that are happening. And a lot of the contact that I have with military through family and friends, but also I just want to comment on his dwelling seems like perfect for me. It seems like it's one room with a bathroom. I love his little fold out couch thing that he sleeps on, and that it's like white walls where there's not a lot. I would just need a space for this. Then I'd be good. That definitely seems quite up my alley. I like his minimalistic living. I don't know if that's intentional or not, or it has to do with, if that's just one room, but it seemed very intentional. I appreciate that a lot. I get made fun of for that.
One of the first things I feel like you end up running into when you move overseas is actually figuring out how to identify yourself. Are you your nationality? Are you from the city that you're from? Mm-hmm. Do you even identify well with the city that you just lived in, or that you were born in, that you grew up in, that you've worked in? How do you define yourself? Something that happens when you move within a country already a little bit, but it adds a completely different level when you have to explain what it even means to people who don't have the same context as somebody who lives in your country. I won't pick on any states or towns in particular, but there are some places I could tell you that I was from that you'd be like, ugh. And others I could tell you from, you'd be like, huh? And others they'd be like, oh. But then you take that to an international context, and all of a sudden, like, for example, I can't say I'm from Washington State because people will assume that I'm from Washington, D.C. So I have to say that I'm from Seattle, but I can't even say I'm from Seattle, which I'm not. I'm from the other side of the state entirely. But not only can I not say if I'm from Seattle, I have to mispronounce it just so they'll understand me. It lends itself towards like an immediate like identity crisis, because they're like, where are you from? And you're like, Washington? No, not that one. Other side of the country. Okay, no, think yeah. Seattle. Okay, no, Seattle. Seattle. And then all of a sudden, they'd have an idea of where you're from, but they still have no clue.
It's so true. I mean, I always tell people that I'm from New York, because everyone knows where New York is, and New Jersey isn't far from New York. So it's the easiest thing to say. And then when they say whereabouts, then I'm like, oh, I'm actually from New Jersey, but I say New York because everyone knows where New York is, and New Jersey is very close. Like, I had to go through this whole explanation. But it's just sometimes, especially if I know I'm never going to talk to them again, I'm just like people I used to work with and stuff, I didn't care. I just be like, yeah, I'm from New York. Yeah, I'm from right outside the city. Because I'm just like, I don't really care to have a real conversation with you. I'm never going to talk to you again. So, but it is tough, especially when, again, I'm going to get backlash for this, but a lot of British people they don't really want to know. They're just trying to be nice and polite. And I get that, but when you're trying to connect with people as a foreigner, sometimes it can come off as fake and misleading. And that is definitely not anything that helps when you're having an identity crisis anyway. Just a little tip.
This one found me for lunch. So now we're in Marché des Enfants Rouges, which is one of the more famous outdoor eateries in the city. We're going for burgers because there's a really good burger place here, and it just sounds delicious and like the comfort food I need right now.
I would think that if you have a $2,500 worth anything, that you have your name and address on there in case you lose it, because that would be devastating to lose anything for £2,500, $2,500, whatever.
Which still blows my mind. Truffle cheddar, highly recommend. This is so decadent. Highly recommended. Well, that was delicious. We had some really depressing comments. We're just not even gonna go there actually. Anywho, but it was nice at least.
Right, I'm going to take you to my favorite grocer. Do not touch the vegetables. Okay, don't touch.
It's a rule. Don't touch. Don't touch.
Oh, they look delicious.
Yes, I do.
Cute. Oh, how cute. Oh. Richard, why are you telling us where your stuff goes? I'm not even going to read that out loud because I fear for your safety. TJ has the same issue. Yeah, because you don't sound like you're from Liverpool. If they said New Jersey, they would think that you were a soprano. They would say, probably, they might say that. They might also say, like, the Jersey Shore people. Who wants to be associated with that crap? I'd say I'm from Springfield, the most common name. I live on Main Street in Springfield. Good call, Marja.
It's almost like Gustav's excited to see people, specifically Richard people.
Oh, do I get some love? Yes.
Aww.
Yes. A little bit of Gustav time does the heart good. The other thing comes back to what I was talking about a little bit today, sometime recently, which is proximity changes things. It changes relationships. It changes how you perceive the world around you, everything that's going on. And when you live abroad, you lose that proximity to so many of the things that help you to keep your thumb on the pulse of your own culture. Where are things going? How do people feel about different events, policies, cultural things? I remember there were movies and TV shows that came out while I was away in the past while living abroad that had changed like the vocabulary of my friends. Like there were different slang terms that I'd never heard before or never used in a particular way or context that to them, they hadn't even noticed the change. They thought, oh no, we always said this. And I was like, no, we didn't. I've never even heard this before. And those kinds of things can start to make you feel like you're 1 or 2 steps removed or more from your own culture, which starts to kind of uproot that sense of belonging, that sense of like national or city or whatever level belonging that you.
And also belonging in your group too, in your friend group, in your family, in those ties, because you kind of lose that commonality and you almost feel like an outsider, even though you're in familiar territory. And it's kind of unsettling. He's absolutely right. Totally speaking to me, this video.
Used to have. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's certainly an uncomfortable thing.
Yeah. Also, just to push back, not push back, but just to kind of pull that forward a little bit. Like it's something that you don't really fully understand either unless you've been in this position. So it's not that anybody like intentionally is trying to like leave you out or anything, but they assume you know because you're American, even though you've been living abroad. And then the people that you live abroad with assume you know the British like version of that. It becomes very convoluted and complicated, and it takes a lot more energy than you think just to have conversations sometimes. And then you throw like the communication barrier where you're having trouble with, you know, meaning and inflection and stuff on top of it. And I don't know how people who actually literally speak different languages like cope when they do stuff like this, because I'm struggling like hell. I couldn't imagine having that layer on top of it. So overwhelming, I could imagine.
Of course, on the flip side, you're never going to close the gap with your host nationality. So I'm never going to become French. Even if I get French citizenship down the line, I didn't grow up in the French school system. I didn't grow up watching the same TV, cartoons, with the same family culture, with the same traditions, with the same holidays, all of that. Like there's a lot of foundational elements that are missing. Whether you're in France or in China, there's just a ton of stuff that's going to be missing. And some of those distances are going to be closer. Like my home culture is much more closely related to French culture than it is to, let's say, Congolese culture. But at the same time, that gap will never quite be fully closed. So even with my French friends, I'll never be fully French. That doesn't mean that they won't welcome me. That doesn't mean that I won't be at home here, but I'll always feel that gap. I don't think that will ever fully change. So as you're getting farther away, as you're opening a gap with your home culture, you're never fully closing the gap with your host culture. Something else to think about.
Yeah, you're always in between. You know, that show, The In-Betweeners. You're kind of like in that flux constantly. And I'm definitely like feeling the weight of that flux lately. I think that's really what it is that realizing that this is like gonna be my reality probably for the rest of my life. Like that's a really hard concept to think about. It's not that I didn't ever think that I was I never thought I was going to lose my Americanism, whatever. And I never thought I would be fully British or anything like that. But I didn't realize it would be this heavy, that in between stage, and how it comes with a lot more complications than I think a lot of people realize. Definitely more than I realized during this journey. And I thought I was pretty informed jumping into this, but clearly I didn't have all the I's dotted and T's crossed either.
But it is cool nonetheless. I think I don't want to make this sound all negative. I've been feeling discombobulated lately, so I do have a little bit of a negative bent towards it, just because I don't 100% feel like I belong anywhere. But that's normal, I think, for the human experience. I think all of us have a need to belong and have a sense that we don't quite. And hopefully some of you out there feel like you're in a wonderful spot where you belong wonderfully and everything is great. And I hope that I can get there myself. And one of the cool things about moving here, kind of like going off to college or starting a new job somewhere else, is that you do get a chance to start over, to take everything you've learned from past experiences, your past life, as it were, and apply that forward to whatever it is that you're building here and now. And your new friends, your new local spots, your new everything can basically just be rewritten into whatever it is that you want it to be. I mean, within reason. That's obviously it's not possible to make it absolutely whatever you want, but you do have a chance to make some really cool changes and to create something for yourself with a group of friends in a new environment, something new and unique and exciting. Like there is something special about being the foreigner, right? About being the American in the room. That can be a really cool thing. And it's something that I definitely cherish as well. I enjoy both.
I hear what he's saying, and I definitely identify with that part too, but it is hard sometimes, like as cool as it can be, because it's kind of an automatic conversation starter and that kind of thing. It is hard sometimes as well, because you constantly feel like you have to explain yourself sometimes, especially when you're in a new environment or you're with new people, and you just always feel like the outsider. And I've always kind of felt like the outsider anyway. So maybe it's just feeling like bringing up some feelings of never really belonging, especially in my unique situation with the fact that, I'm not really keeping in touch with a lot of people from home, and being ghosted a lot. And that's frustrating me. So I think that that's all tapping into where I am right now. But he's definitely right. When it comes, there's so many perks and positives, obviously, that come along with being able to experience two different cultures, but there's so much more deep-rooted stuff that you can't run away from. You can't hide from it because it's right there in front of you all the time, every day.
Both. I do miss fitting in with a bunch of Americans and just the banter. I miss American banter. That's one of the things I miss most, is just being in a group of Americans, joking, sharing references,
knowing what they're saying.
I don't know, just being sarcastic with each other, and just everybody pitching in, even if it's a group of strangers. Something that I definitely miss. But I also really enjoy going to like a birthday party with a bunch of French people and being the American in the room and just walking around talking with people and getting to know them in a completely different context, in a different language. And I don't know, being the stranger, being
The weirdo.
something really cool about that too. And at the end of the day, you can only carry so much with you, and you can only stay the same for so long. Everything changes, we change, the things around us change, the world and the environment changes. So maybe part of that gap that's opening between myself and whatever it is that I feel like I'm missing, it might just be the past. And there's no stopping that. Like that gap is only ever widening, and I'm never going to get that back. But when I look back, I'm so much happier with where I am than where I was in the past in almost every respect. And the future only looks brighter for the vector that we're on. So with that in mind, life's pretty good. Can't really complain. I'm going to leave it there tonight. I'm going to go, I got to get some more work done here. And then I'm going to go have a drink with the guys who run the Peloton. We haven't sat and talked for a long time. So that should be really nice. And then I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning for a wonderful Friday, your Saturday, filled with more writing. I'm feeling very good. It was good to sit and talk with Richard, even though we hardly talked about my book at all. My subconscious has been churning through what I need to do with Agnar's box, and I'm feeling ready to sit down and tackle yet more of it tomorrow. I'll try to tell you more as we go with all of that. I know I've been talking about this book for forever, literally the entire length of the existence of my vlog. One of these days, it's going to be available, and hopefully soon. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. That last part was definitely spoken like a true author. It's like, someday I will finish the book. It happens all the time. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, I totally understand exactly what he was talking about with the gap. And it does feel like it gets wider, especially the longer you are in a place. It's strange too, especially because like the United States is in such a flux period. I keep saying flux. It's in a transition period, right? There's lots going on in the United States right now. And there's a bond that happens when you go through trauma and crisis that I'm not going to have with my fellow Americans because I'm not experiencing it the same way, right? So I kind of almost feel a little bit guilty that I'm not there to experience it the same way, a little bit guilty that I'm in a better place experiencing it in a much calmer and more rational era, but also just feeling bad as well and sad for the country, but and helpless, I guess, a little bit too. I don't know. There's so much going on at once right now. I think that's not helping. It's just a lot. There's so much for me to think about. But that was a good video. I'm glad I watched it. I definitely identified with a lot of stuff he was saying. And I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels that way. That video is like 7 years old, so I'm gonna reach out to him and see if it's gotten any better and see if there's any advice he could give me. Mick says, "Oh, about the dog, how cute until it bites your ankle." Do they bite a lot? Is that a thing with that breed or something? Didn't seem like it was ready to bite, but I know dogs can be fickle like that. Richard said, "Anyone trying to fight me? Oh, anyone trying for anything is in for a fight." All right, then. Fair enough. It's all about awareness and perspective. I get around that by throwing a spanner in the works. Marja, the thing is I am the spanner. Like I am the thing that's been thrown into the wrench that's been thrown into the machine to stop it, right? Stop its normal functions. Imagine moving from Australia to Britain. Oh, jeez, I couldn't. I don't know why you would move from Australia to Britain. No offense, but it's gorgeous there. It's even from the north to south of England. You mean as far as communication? Yeah, of course, like I'm from New Jersey. I have right? I had that whole conversation with Misty, the tutor yank, who's from Kentucky and LA. She has no idea what it's like to live in New Jersey. We had a conversation with Magic Geekdom. She's from Portland, Oregon, which is like Pacific Northwest near the Canadian border. She has no idea what it's like to live in New Jersey or Kentucky or LA, right? It's just anywhere you go is different. of course. I get that. And communication is different. Accents are different. Slang language, how you even communicate is different within, people within families even. But you have to realize that you throw all that on top of having cultural differences and loss and guilt, and also trying to maintain your like normal everyday functions, like being a parent, being a partner, working, dealing with everyday bills, trying to navigate it all at once sometimes could just be extremely overwhelming, because when you're in this position, you don't get a break from it. It's not like a vacation. You can go on a vacation from it. You're still that person, even wherever you are. It's hard. It's hard. And it's hard to explain. He explained it pretty well though. There's like just a gap from your past that you're moving further and further away from, and you become more and more unfamiliar, right? So you feel more and more disconnected, and then you never fully feel connected to the new place that you're in. So you just, you're in limbo forever, and it's not fun all the time. Sometimes it's fun, but it's not. There are moments when it's just not fun. Richard says, some things never change about yourself, no matter where I am. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know. I guess there are certain things that are your core personality. Yes, I don't think they can change, but I don't think it's feasible to stay the same person especially if you're doing a big journey like that. I think I've said this in a couple of videos. I don't think you're getting a full experience out of it if you're not open-minded enough. If you're not changing, then it doesn't seem like you're open-minded enough to get the full experience of living in a new place like this, especially in a new country. My opinion, of course. TJ says, I have more in common with a French Canadian I've met in a chat than I do with 30 people I work with daily. Isn't that sad? Because you're put in that situation where you have to socialize with those people. You have to, at least be cordial and stuff because you have to have a working relationship with them. But you would never choose to have them in your life because you have nothing in common with them. And I don't know, I'm not going to put words in your mouth, TJ, but I found when I was working that they're all a bunch of idiots. Like, not that I'm like some genius or anything like that, but they're all just like, they're dull and they don't have anything interesting to say, and they just regurgitate the same stuff. And it's just like, it's not interesting. It's not stimulating in any way. It's probably why I can't survive in that environment anymore. Richard says, my keys are on a chain and my wallet is deep in my pocket. I put a hanky on top of it if I'm in a dodgy area. And Marja has secret pockets where you can't even find it. I used to keep all my stuff in my bra. No one was getting in there I didn't know about. That's for sure. Especially when we would go out dancing or something and I'd have to bring my ID. I'd put all my cash in my ID in my bra, so I didn't have to bring a purse or anything. Except for the one time I was hooking up with someone and lost it. Anyways, F11 says, all you can do is the best you can with the information you have at the time. Just take things one day at a time. And even on the hard days, there will be a positive if you look even something small. You're right. And I'm trying. Yeah, I think a lot of it's just that I'm dealing with some personal stuff, with the disconnection of my loved ones and stuff. So I think that's part of what's making it more weighing on me a little bit more difficult. But I'm getting through it. I just need some time to like grieve, if you will, right? Like I just need some time to kind of just process and deal with that stuff so I can move forward and figure out my new normal, focus my energy back into my, all the positive stuff. But I can see the positives. I enjoy being here. My child is thriving. My partner and I are doing good. Our bills are paid. We're not worried about paying for food or anything at the moment. Like, hopefully that'll stay given how the economy is going. But and everyone is safe and happy that we know of, so really I can't ask for much more than that, really. And maybe I'm just being a little greedy, and maybe I'm feeling a little selfish about my greed. Anyway, let's take a sip of tea because that makes everything better. Even though it's cold, but I don't mind iced tea. Hello, Stephen Kelly. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Glad to have you here. So, have you all settled on the drinking unique cocktails? I don't know. That would be an interesting one. Anyways, all right, I think that's gonna do it for me, you guys, tonight. End a little bit early. Yeah. Anyways, but you guys know I love these lives. These lives keep me going. It keep things positive. I love connecting with you guys, having conversations. I love figuring all this stuff out together with you. Thank you, because not only does it help my life, obviously, but also it's just always nice to have people around that are rooting for you and in your corner. And I'm rooting for you guys and in your corner as well. So if there's anything I can do to help, anything I can do to, whatever, to make the show more fun, or anything you want to see or talk about, then definitely let me know. Leave it in the comments. Send me an email, whatever's easier for you. We do the show together because the show only gets better when you're here. So, and once again, tonight was a banger because of you guys. So make sure you like if you haven't already. Thank you all so much for being here. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and definitely consider the membership if you can. We appreciate it. Go to hicksondiaries.com for more. And yeah, I'll see you all next week. Stay safe, take care, and much love, y'all. Bye.